as a trophy hunter, I pride myself in the platinums that I earn. Well, most of them. And so I tend to place them in my cabinet on PSN profiles. A little section where you can place 10 trophies of your choice, and anyone who visits your profile can see it. Ignore that stupid red stain on there. I still get annoyed every time I see it. Anyway, I know a lot of you put your favorite platinums in your cabinet, but there are way too many on my list that I love to whittle down to just 10. So I've decided to just put my rarest platinums on there instead. Now drop my beat.
I'm a big bag hunter with the bow. She got a big bed, number drop it low. Mama called me and she happy with the grow. Never ever fall for a thotty, that's a no.
So in this video, I'm going to rank my platinums from the least rare to the rarest. In 9th place and at 3.25% rarity is Dragon Ball Xenoverse. You may be wondering why I started this list at number 9, but as we move further up the list, you'll be able to figure it out. Anyway, this is the PS4 version. I had a look at the PS3 version out of curiosity, and it's at 3.75% rarity. So my platinum is slightly rarer, which is nice. Now, I could go into more detail with the game and tell you what I enjoyed and didn't enjoy, but I have a backlog video that explains my journey in obtaining the platinum, so I'll just explain why I'm proud of it. The main reason is, and this will be a common theme here, is because this was a game I gave up on back in 2015. It's a game that broke me with the amount of RNG-based luck that was required. I've said it before, and I'll say it again. The RNG gods seemed to have no time for me, which caused this platinum to take way longer than what I would have wanted it to. But even though the gods had forsaken me, I rebelled against them and still persisted to pop this lengthy platinum. I can only imagine Kratos is grinning with joy. I'm also proud of it because it's a Dragon Ball game, and that's one of my favorite anime of all time. At number 8 is Dragon Ball FighterZ. Yes, another Dragon Ball game. And this one is at 2.99% rarity. Now with this one, I was quite surprised of the rarity percentage. Personally, I would have thought it would have been a bit rarer than what it is. Again, I won't go into too much detail as to why I love and hate the game because there's a video exclusively for this game already out. What I will say is, I'm proud I got this platinum because, yes, it's a Dragon Ball game, but it's also a fighting game. If you're a regular viewer of the channel, then you'll know there are two genres I'm really not good at, nor do I enjoy playing, and that's fighting games and FPS games. I wish I could tell you why I bought this game back in 2018, but I don't remember. Maybe it was on sale at the time, and being the Dragon Ball simp I am, I just couldn't resist but to throw money at it. But just like every other simp on the planet, I soon realized I wasted my money on something that would never be mine. Until recently. I didn't realize back then you could boost the online matches, so as soon as I found out, I called my boy Vault Boy Steve faster than Zeus on his way to impregnate women. I'm very happy I persisted with this game, even with the colossal amounts of grinding that was required. I'll revel in my pride for as long as I can, because no doubt more people will find out you can boost the online matches, and the rarity will start to decrease. In 7th place is Devil May Cry 5, specifically the PS4 version, and this is at 2.77% rarity. The PS5 version, however, is at 3.10% rarity. Again, nice. Just like most games on this list, I have videos with my thoughts and opinions about the platinum, and by this point, it's no secret I'm proud of this platinum because according to other people, I never shut up about it. I have platinumed. I've platinumed Devil May Cry 5. Devil May Cry 5. Devil May Cry 5. Devil May Cry 5. Discount for platinuming Devil May Cry 5.
I told you have to stop interrupting the podcast to tell me about Devil May Cry 5. Nobody cares.
Platinum Devil May Cry 5. Personally, I don't think I say it that often. Anyway, this is by far the hardest platinum I've popped up to this point. It's done! It's done! And I think until I start playing Hollow Knight, it will stay that way for a while. In 6th place is Crysis 3, another one of my unfinished backlog games, but on the PS3. And this is currently at 2.41% rarity. The PS4 version, however, has no online trophies, so it's at 27.83% rarity. Quite a difference. Now, funny enough, I actually enjoyed playing this game, even though it's an FPS. Got an interesting story, and the suit models make it a ton of fun to play. I also have a backlog video which details my journey platinuming this game. It's not the easiest of platinums either, because the servers are pretty much dead, so to boost you online, you need a minimum of 6 players. Let me tell you, getting 5 other people to boost with you that won't abandon you as soon as they get the trophies on their end is like a medieval monk trying to save illuminated manuscripts from a Viking raid. That's what makes this a proud platinum for me. That, and because it's an FPS. Also, the fact it's on the PS3 means not many people will play it, and the rarity will most likely stay the same. 5th place is Red Dead Redemption 2. At the moment, sitting at 2.36% rarity, although I think it'll change as time goes on. Now, this is a rare platinum as well as one of my proudest because of the sheer effort, patience, and time I invested to platinum it. Like most Rockstar games, they don't make it easy for you. You have to do a hell of a lot of different things in order to pop that shiny reward, which I can only describe as like getting a 3-year-old to help you cook. Now, the reason I think the rarity will change with this game is because getting the platinum is much easier nowadays than when I did it. For a start, when you're going for the 70 gold medals in missions, I'm pretty sure the equipment you own at that point in the story carries over. Back in 2019, the game gave you the bare minimum equipment to do this. Pain in the ass, to say the least. Not only that, but the online back then was bare bones. There was barely anything to do. Being in that empty world made it look like the cats are growing thumbs and taking over the Wild West. Now, I've not jumped online since, so I can't say for sure, but I can imagine a few more additions have been added that makes getting to rank 50 a bit easier. If I said I wouldn't be as proud of getting this platinum now because it's slightly easier, I'd be lying. As far as I'm concerned, this will always be an impressive platinum in my book. In 4th place is FIFA 22. Again, the PS4 version. This is at 2.21% rarity. Now, with this game, I was surprised it was this rare. The platinum isn't that hard to get, it's just a bit grindy, and you can also boost a lot of the trophies. Maybe it's because everybody else is playing the PS5 version, which at the minute is at 2.94% rarity. So again, my version is rarer. I'm very proud of this platinum because it feels like I redeemed myself from the past FIFA games that I was never good enough to platinum. I mean, from my unplatinum games graveyard, most of the games on there are FIFA titles. So fuck you, FIFA. I finally redeemed myself. I do realize this is like a boss fight in any given game. You know, you can repeat the fight as many times as you want, but the boss only has one life. But it's still satisfying nonetheless. In 3rd place is Injustice 2, which is currently at 2.07% rarity. And guess what? Another game from my unfinished backlog. I can totally understand as to why it's so rare. You need the patience of an Uber driver with a car full of drunk people to get the catcall ability. I'd go into detail with the struggles from my journey to get the platinum, but again, I have a video about this already. All I'm gonna say is, it gave me a lot more grey hairs than the ones I had when I first started playing it. This game ended up being on my list because of my sheer stupidity. I had some friends come over for some gaming. One of them brought this game with them because they wanted to just see how bad I was at the game. Stupidly, I put it in my console on my account. Shortly after, a trophy popped, and that moment I knew I'd fucked up. I'm proud of this one for sticking to it and seeing it to the end despite not enjoying fighting games. The rarity may or may not change in the coming years, but I'll still be proud of this one nonetheless. In joint second are both GTA 5 and the PS4 with a 1.94% rarity, and GTA 5 and the PS3 with a 1.69% rarity. Nice. See why I started this list at number 9? I thought it was pretty pointless separating them since the lists are pretty much the same. Again, both of these were on my unfinished games backlog, so there's a video about my journey. For both of them, actually. Similar to Red Dead Redemption 2, the requirements to get the platinum on these games is absolutely ridiculous. Typical Rockstar. I'm definitely proud of these two for the fact that I platinumed them and because I did it twice. Both proud and feeling like a gimp about to star in a femdom session. Seems like I just love pain. And finally, in 1st place is EA Sports UFC 2, which is a 1.37% rare platinum. And of course, my rarest so far. Again, I won't go into too much detail with this game because there's also a video specifically for this game. Yes, I tend to make a video for most games I platinum. That way, when I'm depressed and struggling with a game, I can go back and watch these to make myself look more depressed and wonder why I'm still stupid enough to do it. Works every time. Anyway, all I'll say is I spent more time on the floor than a janitor. I'm not sure why this is so rare. Personally, I didn't find the list too demanding. It was more tedious than anything else. With a bit of practice, dedication, and the right choice of fighter, I think the platinum is achievable. Although after seeing the gameplay of UFC 4, I can see why very few people still play this one. It's not that great. Either way, I'm proud of this one because, well, look at the rarity. There's really no other reason apart from that.